I'm Alex Doso with Rower's Choice, and with me is Mike Wallen, the commissioner, and we are just moments away of the first ever live draft for our little sport called rowing. And this is a really big deal. Now, PRL is just 2 years old. Year one was a big success, Mike. 10 teams, huge success stories. We had multiple American records, and we had world records. But the biggest difference between year 1 and 2, aside from the draft we'll get into in a minute, is 10 teams to 6 teams. Now, what kind of impact does that have on this year's season 2?
It has a big impact. At a glance, you might think more teams, the better. But what the 6 teams does is it really consolidates the talent, and it forces these great rowers to face off, not just in the premier matchup, but all the way down through the category.
So, second thing is a shortened season. Now, we were a little bit long last year. We kind of learned from our mistakes here. We're now down to 5 regular season matchups and 3 playoffs. Again, what does that do for the competition?
Well, let's face it, last year we were in a different situation. I mean, there really wasn't any way to compete, so the longer season actually made a little more sense. Now that we're hopefully getting back to normal, getting back to a normal season, the shorter season makes sense. It's more manageable. It's not as taxing on the athletes, and it's just going to be a better, fun use of everyone's time.
Now, what didn't change was the team size. So we have 4 junior boys, 4 junior girls, 4 open men and women, and then 2 masters, so a team of 20. Now, we got 6 managers from around the world. Actually, one of our managers we'll get into in a minute, John Healy, Southwest Armada. This guy hailing from Great Britain, so thank you, John, for being awake at, 2 in the morning. But we have 185 athletes from around the world representing 7 different countries that are part of this draft tonight. And I got to tell you, I'm excited. Are you ready for this?
I can't wait. I mean, this is exciting. This is rowing. We're doing a draft. It feels like a traditional sport. How often does that happen? Probably never.
It's never happened. Yeah. And tonight to start the draft, well, actually, before I get into that, this is a fantasy draft sequence. So this is 1 to 6, 6 to 1. So.
The number 1 overall pick isn't as much of an advantage as if you were to go back to getting the first pick in every round. So if you've ever played a fantasy football or basketball league, it's the same thing. You go 1 through 6 and then 6 back down to 1.
First pick coming up. You are now on the clock, the Northwest Kodiaks. You got 30 seconds to make this first pick. Mike, I can't believe this is actually happening. I have no idea who the first pick is, but the coach, Micah Boyd, the most decorated Olympian here. He is an Olympian. This guy is a medal-winning athlete. And I have big hopes for this guy. So Northwest Kodiaks, you are on the clock. What is your first pick?
Okay. Pick is in. With the first pick in the PRL draft, Northwest Kodiaks select Paris Miller, Junior Women, Indianapolis Rowing Club.
Oh my gosh, you called it.
I called it.
The commissioner called it. We know everything there is to know about Paris Miller. Indianapolis Rowing Club. This girl is sub 7 minutes. 6:56 I think is her record right now. Being coached by Becca Kimball. This is actually a big surprise to me, but no surprise to you.
No, I mean I think the first round. We're going to hear some great names. This is going to be a lot about bragging rights. I think you've got to take a name at the top of this list. If you come out of the first round without somebody that's almost guaranteed points, whatever category it is, I think you're leaving some points on the table. So this is a great pick. I mean, she's close to unbeatable on these distances in this division.
Number 1 pick, league MVP last year. No surprise there. Let's just say it. Incredible. Congratulations, Paris Miller, number 1 pick. Midwest Frozen Tundra, you are on the clock. You have 30 seconds. Rob Carson. Okay, not really your typical rower, right? But this guy's a CrossFit athlete. He runs a gym. This guy knows how to train. Hailing from the Northeast, right? I think he lives in the Northeast. Is that right? What are your predictions?
I think, like I said, it could be anybody, but you want to take somebody at the top of the chain.
Well,
taking a junior women right now would be, I think, a bad move.
Well, here, the pick is in. Check it out. Who is it?
Okay. With the second pick in the PRL draft, the Midwest Frozen Tundra selects Jordan Falcone, Masters Women, CrossFit, Weddington.
Okay, 135 for a 500-meter piece, 657, on par with Paris Miller. But this woman dominating. She was undefeated last year in the PRL season 1. My original pick, and then I went off of that. I was thinking an open woman. Absolutely incredible pick.
Yes,
Smart.
Great pick, especially in that Masters category where there's only 2 slots. If he gets his hand on the second or third fastest Masters woman, I think that is lockdown points at the
So now 2 women, first 2 picks. I love it. Southwest Armada, you're on the clock. This is John Healy hailing from all the way out in England, but he is part of the Dark Horse Rowing, the sponsor of that team. You are on the clock. What do we got?
The pick is in. With the 3rd pick, the Southwest Armada selects Laura Tingle, SPU New Zealand Open Women.
Wow, holy
first
cow. First international, again, international, picking an international.
There it is.
Now, I got to tell you, this is incredible. A 135-500 and a 707. Where are these women coming from? That's an incredible score to be pulling right now.
It's a great score. I think this is our first risky pick. Don't know for sure that she's going to be the top dog in the Open Women. I think she's among the top, but she's definitely beatable. So I think this is our first potential risk pick. First 2 are chalk.
I like that.
This one could be dicey, or maybe he knows something we don't.
Hey, internationals, I don't know, but Southeast Storm, you're on the clock. Sarah Lowe, coach MVP, dominating force all last year. She's a junior coach. She knows rowing inside and out. You're on the clock, and here a pick is in.
The pick is in. With the 4th pick in the PRL draft, the Southeast Storm select Ryan Searcy, unaffiliated in the Open Men.
Okay, Ryan Searcy is the strongest person in the entire.
Yeah, get ready to watch this guy. When he's erging, the room is shaking, the house is shaking, the splits are absurd. He's enormous, he's explosive. First guy, and home sweet home to Ryan Searcy, back on the Southeast Storm.
I got to appreciate this, man. We have 3 women in the first round. I did not predict that. Ryan Searcy, 4th overall. Chris Leonard of the Big South Outlaws, you are on the clock. By the way, Chris has moved teams. I think to my mind, this is the most talked about change in the PRL. He was the biggest hater of the South Outlaws. We'll get into that later, but the pick is in.
Pick is in. With the 5th pick in the PRL draft, the Big South Outlaws select Bianca Pilicino, Mad Team Rowing Open Women.
Holy cow, a 128-500, a 652. She is the strongest female in the entire league.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a steal at pick 5. I think this is arguably the top pick in the whole draft, falling 5. Huge get for the Big South Outlaws.
Big
Great
one.
pick for Chris.
The Northeast Founders, Abby Young, you are on the clock now. New to the PRL. I'm really excited about what Abby is going to bring to this team. And what do we have here?
Pick is in. With the last pick of the first round, the Northeast Founders select Andrew Wilkinson, Chicago Rowing Foundation Junior Men.
I got to find this guy because he's not even in the top list, is he? Where is he?
He doesn't have a 500 time. So
he doesn't have a 500 time. So this guy, I found him here. Here we go. A 609. Does that sound about right? 609 as a junior, all but sure being undefeated. First picks, we have what, 4 women? Or no, 3, 4 women, is that right?
4 women, 3 men.
4 women, and does this squad here, these top 6 picks, are they go undefeated this year? Can all of them go undefeated?
Not all of them, but most of them, yes.
Unbelievable.
Wilkinson's a great pick. He's a massive guy, big ergs, very good on short distances. Abby knows him well from coaching him this summer on the Canamex squad.
I think we talked about this on the camera before. I was pretty sure Abby was going to go the junior route because that's what she knows, right? Most of the people here made up in this league, in this draft, are actually CrossFitters. There's more CrossFit than there are. So now we're going to get into pick 7. Okay, Abby, you are on the clock, Northeast Founders. What do we have?
With the first pick of round 2, the Northeast Founders select Killian Mullen, Chicago Rowing Foundation Junior Women.
Okay.
So you're right on. She's going after the juniors.
Going after the juniors. Killian, 135, 500, a 704. And we know this, knocking on the door of breaking 7.
Absolutely.
A junior national team camp.
Yep, 1.5 seconds off of the gold medal at the World Championships this summer.
A smart bet.
Killian's a beast.
Smart bet. I'm pretty sure Killian will be undefeated this year. Unfortunately, Killian is not with Paris, right? That could have been the deadliest combo of all time.
Well, they're going to have to race each other, so someone's not going to be able to.
That's right. Now, Chris Leonard, you are now on the clock with the Big South Outlaws. Here we are. The pick is in.
With the second pick of round 2, the Big South Outlaws select Nick Thomas, Prime Performance, Open Masters Men.
So I got to find this, actually. Open Masters. So he was originally in the Open, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, Nicholas Thomas, Prime Performance. 116. 116. Think about the power that generates. Right? It's almost a sure bet that he will be undefeated this year at that kind of pressure.
I mean, he's not going to beat Searcy, I don't think. But it's another great pick for Chris. He's got 2 real players coming out of the first 2 rounds, and that's a great position to be in.
Now, Southeast Storm, you're on the clock, 30 seconds. Sarah Lowe. I'm excited to see where Sarah goes with this one. I'm excited.
Pick is in. The 3rd pick of round 2, Southeast Storm select Lizzie Carson, Concept Fitness Masters Women.
Masters Women, that's the 2nd Masters Woman picked. Lizzie Carson moving in. It's Rob Carson's wife, which is hilarious. 134.
We've got a split house now.
We have a split house, but a 713. 713. It's all but sure bet that these top 4 women are going to be undefeated this year.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, they're going to race each other, so they can't.
I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Now, moving on to John Healy at the Southwest Armada. You are on the clock. Let's see what he's going to bring in. I'm excited. Maybe he's going to go all international. Maybe this guy goes all international. I don't know.
Okay. With the next pick, the Southwest Armada selects Nathan Phelps, Princeton University, Open Men.
Holy cow. Nathan Phelps. Okay, Nathan looks like this guy is a 119 and a 556. He's the 2nd guy, sub 6. It's a sure bet. I mean, in my mind, it's a sure bet. 556. It's incredible.
I like it. I think it's our first American male collegiate rower, too.
Yeah, it is, actually. Moving on, Midwest Frozen Tundra, Rob Carson unfortunately couldn't pick up his wife. I'm really excited to see where this one is actually
Picked her up
headed.
in real life. I think that's what's most important.
That is the most important. Rob Carson on the clock. I'm loving the picks. Oh, you have the pick. Oh, is the pick in? No.
Pick is not in yet.
He is delayed. He's taken all 30 seconds. A wide gap. We've actually picked every single category except the Masters Men. That's the only one not picked right now. I'm actually kind of shocked.
Yeah, and I think here at the turn you might see a stack of that. I think you might see that category attacked pretty hard right now.
Is that right? Now we're still waiting on, you have 10 seconds, Rob, to get your pick in. 10 seconds. We better hurry up here. Now, I would have thought, Mike, that we got the pick in.
We have the pick. With the next pick, the Midwest Frozen Tundra selects Cameron Waram, SPU New Zealand, Open Men.
A 114.8 and a 557 stacked Open Men. Listen, I'm in the Open Men's category, and I can tell you I'm going to lose to those guys. I mean, that's absurd speed. Again, I am really surprised as we're finishing out the first 2 rounds. We have not seen a Masters Men. Northwest Kodiaks, you are now on the clock. Micah Boyd finishing out the first 2 rounds. What is your pick?
Great opportunity here to go back-to-back in the Masters Men if he's thinking that route and just completely stack that category, but we'll see who's at the top of his board.
Yeah, we'll see. It's coming in here. Yeah, that's right. Let's see. You're on the clock. You have 15 seconds to secure this time in. You know, I can imagine you, as a coach here in this league, you already know who your top 3 picks are, right? It's kind of a guarantee, but they're all picking the same. Here we go. We're in.
With the last pick of round 2, Northwest Kodiaks select Nicole Yandre, CrossFit Hangover, Open Women.
134, 500, and a 708. Screaming fast time. And she's the number 2. She's the number 1. She's number 2 overall, Open Women. I got to take a breath here. Mike.
Well, I think what you're seeing is how deep the Open Women's category is.
Yeah.
And I think managers are feeling right now that if they don't get a piece of this early, they're just going to have no options in this division. I don't think it's going to be something where you can wait. You need to get at least one of these players to have a fighting chance each week. Because it's deep. I mean, you can look down this list of these 500 scores. The drop-off from the next pick to the next pick to the next pick, it's the tightest division.
Who had, in your opinion, who had the best pick? Those first 2 rounds. Who do you take? Who's the best pick?
I think right now I would go with the Outlaws. I think they're doing great work from pick 5. I think they have two people that they'll expect to win every week.
And that's a lot to say about Chris Leonard. I mean, let's face it, he's the most controversial coach. Didn't do too well last year, right? I mean, I think he got beat pretty bad.
They won the regular season and they lost in the playoffs too.
That's the Outlaws, though. But I'm saying Chris.
Yeah, the Armada.
Got beat pretty
Armada
bad.
lost to the Tundra, but they were hot at the end of the year.
So, Micah, you're back on the clock now. We're snaking back through. This is round 3 of the PRL draft. We have already chosen the first 12 athletes. You are on the clock. Who is your next pick? It's in.
Wow. Okay. With the first pick of round 3, the Northwest Kodiaks select Katie Ognanovich, Charlotte Youth Open Women.
137, 500, and a 652 pure power. That's pure power. I like what he just did there. He went back-to-back Open Women, sure lock on points. I mean, and by the way, tuning in, there's 4 Open Women categories, right? 4 Open Women slots.
4 slots, yeah.
And he just told 2 of them. Midwest
2
Frozen
good ones.
Tundra, you're on the clock. A big shout out. This is kind of not our normal setting. We are at the Gathering Place in Milwaukee. A huge thanks to Joe Yedo, the founder of the Gathering.
Okay. With the second pick in the 3rd round, Midwest Frozen Tundra selects Matt West, sub-7 IRC Masters Men. We got our first Masters Men.
First
off the
Masters
board.
Men. Wow, it took what, 13 picks?
Second one? Oh,
Well, that was an open slash. Chris Leonard was an open slash Masters. The guy can go either way. We saw open. 117 and a 620. Look, over the age of 40, if I'm breaking 7, I'm happy, Mike. 620.
yeah, that's fast for people who are starting to get too old to be fast.
Next up, John Healy, the Armada. Your pick is in. Here we go. What do we have?
Okay. With the 3rd pick in the 3rd round, Southwest Armada selects Tyler Smith, Garage Athlete Open Men.
115.9 and a 614. Now, this guy played a huge role in last year's season.
Yep.
Tyler Smith was on camera quite a bit. I can't remember how well he did. I think he always got inched out. Is that right?
He was in some great battles. He did a lot of live racing. He won some, he lost some, but I mean, he's a guy who loves this league, loves this format, and is down to compete, live or not, every week.
So, Sarah Lowe, you are now on to your 3rd pick. Sarah Lowe, the Southeast Storm, what do we have? Oh, this is your boy.
With the 4th pick in the 3rd round, the Southeast Storm select Magnus Fleming, Body Rock, Nashville, Masters Men.
Absolute stud, 119 and a 553. I met this guy for the first time at the Charles, and he is as big as a house. This guy just knows how to crank that stick, man.
Absolutely. Magnus was the right name. His parents chose it well.
A great pick. We are now on to the Big South Outlaws. Chris Leonard, your pick is up. Your
It's a
turn.
big pick for Chris. I mean, he's off to a great start. I think if he nails these 2 picks, he's in a really, really strong spot.
I completely agree. Where you got 20 seconds and you got to bring this one in here.
Here it is. Okay, with the 5th pick of round 3, Big South Outlaws select Matt Stankiewicz from the Argo Open Men.
All right, this guy is dropping 114 splits and a 557. Stacking these splits, man. A 114 is sub 6 minute.
I mean, this is again
It's a big move.
steal in the 3rd round. You get a guy who goes 114 in the 3rd round. I think he's studied the draft board the best. I think it's clear. He knows where all the players are and where to get them. I mean,
He does.
3 huge picks for Chris.
Abby Young, you are now on the Northeast Founders. Again, back-to-back picks. I'm really excited about what she's going to do. She had a great first 2 rounds.
Yep.
Round 3 and 4, you are on the board. What are we looking at here? This is the first. This is the first of the last. Here we go.
Okay. With the last pick of round 3, the Northeast Founders select Steve Henry, Texas Rowan Center Masters Men.
117, 500. Again, going back to this like plus 40-year-old, 117 is ridiculously fast.
That's a
Followed with a
lot.
629. I mean, that's absolutely strong. Round 4, moving right into it. Abby, let's go on this snaking around. First pick of the 4th round. Your pick is up. Let's do. What do we have here?
Waiting on it. So Abby hedging off the juniors there, going to the Masters.
Here we go.
Men. Okay, the pick is in. The first pick of the 4th round, the Northeast Founders select Henry Anna Hogberg, Team Orsum Indoor Rowing Masters Women.
A late entry. She came in today, actually, at a 133 500 and a 723 2K. A powerhouse, nowhere near the speed of Jordan Falcone, but still a really solid pick. Chris Leonard of the Big South Outlaws, your round 4 pick is due. You are on the clock. Now. I can.
How is Chris going to find another person who pulls like 115 for 500? I mean, like.
I don't know. We'll
keeps
see,
finding
man. He really did study the board. It's pretty
I
impressive.
mean, he was on there all day. We did notice that.
He was there. Yes, he was. But he is now down to 15 seconds, so he better get this time
Seems
in
a
here.
bit stumped. Maybe somebody took his guy.
I think he's scrambling now.
Yeah.
But he has had a heck of a starting round. I'll tell you what, right now.
Yeah.
You were down to 10 seconds there, Chris.
He's got 3 animals.
3 animals. You know, you were talking about this before, Mike. This is where it gets real hard. This is where the season is won right here.
All right, the pick is in. With the second pick of the 4th round, the Big South Outlaws select Josh Fluce, Wignan Marauders, Open Men.
A 116. He's not far off of these 114 spots.
Yeah.
And a 613. Again, speed.
The Outlaws are Open Men University right now. I mean, they are going to dominate that division.
Next up, Sarah Lowe, the Southeast Storm. Your pick is up and it's in. Here we go.
The third pick of the 4th round, the Southeast Storm selects Haley Schust, Team Orsum, Open Women.
Man, I mean, these scores are incredible. 135 and a 713. Power, pure power. You know, I'm excited to see these come. I just can't wait to see Nicole and Haley going at it. They're within seconds of each other.
Yeah, and who knows what the difference will be when you go 750, when you go to a minute.
That's right.
But this is an athlete near the top of the board. Great pick for the 4th round.
Absolutely. John Healy, you are up in the Armada. Your pick is due. You're on the clock, 30 seconds. I'm loving the chatter, by the way. We've had over 100 people tuned in. Here it is.
Okay. The next pick in the 4th round, the Southwest Armada select Becky Rogers, Training Think Tank, Open Women.
These scores are incredible. It's ridiculously how close they are. 137 for a 500 and a 738. Not necessarily reflective. I think that just tells me that her power is in the short distance, which will bode well for the coming weeks.
Yeah, we'll see if she has 1,000 meters in her arsenal, but
We'll see. So Rob Carson, you are now up in the Midwest Frozen Tundra. You are on the clock. The pick is in.
the Midwest Frozen Tundra select Teresa Hoyasova, Team Orsum, Masters Women.
134.8 and a 731. Teresa played a big role last year in the PRL. She was on camera a couple times. I keep forgetting. It's so funny. It was over a year ago. I have a hard memory, but I remember seeing her name over and over and over again in the winner's circle.
She's going to be really good on the short distance, is my guess. I think she'll be, based off her 2K, I think she'll be vulnerable once we get past 500. But who knows? It's a new year. You know, she may have gotten better in that department. I think this is a good pick, but it doesn't blow my socks off.
Micah Boyd, let's finish out. You are now on the clock, Northwest Kodiaks, 30 seconds. Let's finish out this round 4.
Okay.
Pick is in.
With the last pick of the 4th round, the Northwest Kodiaks select Wheelo Gamra, Sarasota, Junior Men.
I love it. Sarasota crew, unknown 500, but a very, very fast 2K, 613. How would you translate that, Mike, into a 500? What would you expect a 613 2K to be?
I don't know the exact translation, but it's going to work out very well. This is a great pick. Really, really one of the fastest junior men in the league. Get him at the end of the 4th round. Absolute value. I think this is going to pay off really, really well for Kodiaks.
Now, okay, again, recap. Who do you think, after those 2 rounds, where do you think, who has the lead right now? Who do you predict?
I mean, I really think that Kodiak pick there gets them back in the mix. I'm still leaning Outlaws without having all the names in front of me. Men, they do have to fill out some other divisions with some horsepower, but right now they're off to a great start. But watch out for the Kodiaks. I mean, they have Paris Miller and they just got Wheelo. I mean, those are 2 really strong players.
So we're going to go for at least 2 more rounds here. We got a couple more minutes for the live stream. Let's go right back into it. Northwest Kodiaks on the clock here. Round 5. You are on. Let's see what they come into.
Let's see who his other picks were.
Oof, I love it.
Okay. With the first pick of the 5th round, Northwest Kodiak select Jack Skinner, New Trier High School, Junior Men. So back-to-back junior picks in the men's division for him. I really think that's smart if you're on the ends. You know, if you're that 1st or 2nd pick or 5th or 6th pick, you go back-to-back in the same category. You really pad your depth there.
So unfortunately, we don't have a 500-meter score for this guy, but a 618, again, fast.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very smart play. I got to tell you, I think the advantage is the person having that snaked bet. Moving on to the Midwest Frozen Tundra, Rob Carson, you're on the clock. Guys, think back to the records last year. 18 American records were broken, 2 worlds. What are you expecting this year? Because it feels like we've reached the human capabilities on these earth.
I mean, some of these record holders are back. They're a year older. They're a year stronger. I think we're going to see people breaking their own records that they set, and I think the league in general is just deeper. I mean, these scores are superior. To
Much faster than last year. So the pick is in. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh man, home sweet home for this guy. With the second pick of round 5, the Midwest Frozen Tundra Select, Jack Trimble.
Jack be
Open
nimble,
man.
Jack be quick. A 117 and a 555. This guy's hungry to win. It feels like he was always in the tail end, but now it just feels like he's just gotten stronger.
I don't think anybody loves being in this league more than Jack Trimble. So you've got a fast athlete with lots of enthusiasm. This guy won't miss a week. He won't miss a time to post for you, and he's gonna train for it and give it all he's got.
John Healy, the third pick of the 5th round. You are on the clock, and it is in. He has it in.
The third pick in round 5, the Southwest Armada Select, Michelle Evans, Garage Athlete Masters Women.
A 728 2K and a 138. Again, these women are so impressive. Just to think 40 plus are sub 140 for a 500 meter piece. Impressive.
Absolutely. Amazing. I'm in that age category. I don't think I could do that.
I don't think you could either, actually. Now, Sarah Lowe, Southeast Storm, you are now on the clock, 30 seconds. She pick is in. She is always on point.
She's ready.
She's ready.
She's ready. Okay. With the 5th pick in the 5th round, the Southeast Storm Select, Megan Falcone, unaffiliated Masters Women.
138 and a 726. Again, speed at this Masters Women level, and I'm just loving that they keep getting after it. Jordan Falcone, Megan Falcone, these women are the best in the world.
Right. And you're seeing how close it is now. I mean, Megan Falcone, she's going to be matched up with somebody that she could beat or lose to every week, and a lot of the team's success is going to result on these close matchups. This is also why I think it was so important in the beginning to make sure you lock down an absolute winner in as many categories as possible.
I absolutely agree. Now, we are down to the Big South Outlaws. Chris Leonard, huge pick for him, round 5. What do we have?
With the 5th pick in the 5th round, the Big South Outlaws select Nora Goodwillie, Chicago Rowing Foundation, Junior Women.
I am really shocked that Nora was picked this late in the draft, like 7'11". What am I seeing? A 137.5. This is close to your heart.
Yeah, she's the stroke of the Chicago women. She was the stroke of the World Championship 8 that brought home the gold this summer. Another steal for Chris Leonard.
Man.
This is a 5th round pick, and you get arguably
That's free money now at this point. This is free
top
money.
3 junior women. For sure.
100%. Now, Abby Young, pick is in, Northeast Founders to finish out round 5. Go ahead.
Another international pick here. With the last pick of the 5th round, the Northeast Founders select Lisa Ray, St. Petersburg, Russia, Open Women, the KG Beast.
The KG Beast, a 705. 705. Sneaky.
She's a lightweight 705.
I feel like that's a steal. That's probably the steal of the round right there. Forget about Chris Leonard, because I look good, but that is the steal.
She is not a very large athlete, and I thought she was going to lose a lot of races last year, but she absolutely annihilated the opponent. She is tough as nails and just stoic as they come.
So this is the final round here of the PRL draft going live. Okay, we're going to continue this, and you will see the final rosters by the end of day tomorrow. But next up, Abby Young, Northeast Founders, first of the 6th round.
At the first pick in the 6th round, the Northeast Founders select Noah Tichy of New York Athletic Club, Open Men.
Unbelievable, 6'12" and a 117. I don't think I'm going to get picked. And I told these coaches that I was going to give you $50 if you picked me in the first round. That ain't going to happen, obviously.
Bribe.
It's a bribe. It's a bribe. It's not going to work.
You're telling the commissioner that you're bribing.
I shouldn't be doing that. I'm so sorry.
On YouTube.
Yeah, that's right. No, we're going to try to edit that later. Next up, we have the Outlaws finishing the round of 6. He's been crushing this. Who do we have?
With the second pick in the 6th round, the Big South Outlaws select Peter Thorstensen, Engine by Carson, Masters Men, Thor's Hammer.
Thor's Hammer,
The
120,
Alaskan.
615.
The Alaskan god.
Undefeated last year.
Berging on a fishing boat in the middle of the North Atlantic, Peter Thorstensen.
Wow.
What a beast.
What a beast. And listen, I am now convinced, the guy that did his homework, the coach that did his homework. This
Absolutely.
guy, I can't wait till we finish out this round because he's stealing it, Mike. He's stealing it.
The Outlaws are going to get a lot of attention again.
I think so too. And what a perfect coach for the Outlaws. Now, Southeast Storm, Sarah Lowe, you are on the clock to finish out your 6th round pick. Who do you have? Less than 20 seconds. All right, there it is.
With the 3rd pick in the 6th round, the Southeast Storm select David Garcia, Texas Rowing Center Masters Men.
I'm really impressed with David Garcia, and I hope he's watching. This guy has gotten faster every single month. Listen, at one time he was slow, and now a 120 in the low 620s for a 2K.
Yep.
This guy means business.
He's another guy, high enthusiasm. He loves being in this league. He's gonna be there every week. Absolutely selling out for the squad.
Absolutely. Now, John Healy of the Armada, let's bring you on here. What is your 6th pick? You are on the clock. 20 seconds to go. Waiting on you. Again, big shout out to our league sponsor, Pocock, but also the Gathering Place. We are here at a brewery in Milwaukee. This is how lucky we are. The pick is in.
With the 4th pick in the 6th round, the Southwest Armada select Gretchen Gutierrez, Masters Women.
Another staple in the PRL Season 2, or Season 1, 142 and a 742. She will be there week after week, and she is a huge proponent of this league. Fantastic pick for John. Fantastic pick. Let's move on to the Midwest Frozen Tundra. Rob Carson, you are on the clock. He's in. Oh, this is one of my favorites.
With the 5th pick in the 6th round, the Midwest Frozen Tundra select Henry LePage, Charlotte Youth Rowing, Junior Men.
Okay, Henry LePage, 6'19". This guy's a stud, and Charlotte Youth Rowing. You know what I like about that? It's not Chicago. It's not Sarasota. It's not Capital. It's Charlotte. You just don't expect sometimes to see that kind of speed coming out of a small team like that.
Yeah, this is a great pick. Not a super famous rowing region, but certainly a fast rower here.
And to finish off the live draft here at the PRL, Micah Boyd, you are on the clock, Northwest Kodiaks. Well, this just in by my producer in my ear. He is actually telling us he wants to go 2 more rounds. You know what? Screw it. We're going to go 2 more rounds live. We're just having a good time. The pick is in.
Okay. With the 6th pick of the 6th round, the Northwest Kodiak select Nick Thomas, Prime Performance, Open Men.
Oh, I got Andy. Where is Nick? Help me out here. Bear with us here. I'm trying to get the scores.
While Alex is finding the time, remember, we're not doing the entire draft live tonight, so if you aren't picked live, that doesn't mean you aren't going to be selected. We're just trying to keep it to about 30 minutes.
Oh, no, Nicholas Thomas was already picked, I thought. He was picked.
Oof.
That's a huge mistake, okay, Northwest Kodiaks. You have 10 seconds to bring in your last pick, or
This is a scramble.
this is a scramble. This is a scramble.
yeah,
Like,
we'll
I know I
move on
couldn't
to
find it. I crossed them out.
We'll move on to the Tundra.
We're gonna give him a second. Well, he does a snake now, so he's got to bring it in. Let's go.
Okay, that's right. He does have the next pick.
Let's
so
go.
we can
10
fire off
seconds.
2 quickly.
10 seconds. And everyone tuning in and watching, thank you so much for being a part of this draft. It's really for you. It's for the audience. It's for all the rowers out there. Here it is. Pick is in.
Northwest Kodiak select Nancy Cook, Masters Women.
Live 2 Row Studios, 143 and a 724. Unbelievable scores here. Now, Micah, I'm going to move right into the next round. This is the 7th round, pick number 1. Micah, don't screw this up. You are on the clock. You are on the clock. Do not screw this up. Masters Women,
I think
Mike,
this was a great pick for him. I think on paper Nancy is faster than Gretchen. So
Wow.
You get the get back-to-back Masters Women pick. You go second, but you get the faster athlete.
Listen, what I'm surprised, the junior men have not really been picked up. It's very light in the junior men.
Yeah,
this-
not a lot of
this
junior
time.
women either.
I'm kind of surprised. Here we are. Masters men.
Okay. With the first pick of the 7th round, the Northwest Kodiak select Jack Nunn, California Rowing Club, Masters Men.
Okay, speed. Now he's a major part of the Rower's Choice family. This guy, 123 and screaming fast, 2K 615. He's just fit. Jack Nunn is just fit. I know you have experience with him as a rower. I think he knows what he's doing.
Loves Ergen, that guy.
He loves Ergen, that guy.
Found a good home.
Rob Carson, you are on the clock. Round 7, pick number 2. Who do we have?
Round 7, pick 2, the Midwest Frozen Tundra Select, Laura Gammon, Open Women.
138 and a 719. I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again. These scores are so incredibly tight. And what you brought up to in the beginning of this live draft is that this is a much tighter field.
Yeah, I think you're starting to see it now. The top dogs are off the board in this category, and now it's going to be about who you're matched up with. 719 is a great score, but those top end open women will blow right by that.
Southwest Armada, John Healy, you are on the clock. It must be 3 o'clock in the morning for this guy. A big thank you all the way out in England, and the sponsor of that, Dark Horse Rowing. Who do you have, John Healy? You are on the clock. Here it is.
The 3rd pick of the 7th round, Southwest Armada Select, Bentley Coburn, Junior Men.
Unbelievable. 121, Capital Rowing, and a 629. That is lightning fast. He was actually the #1 ranked junior, and it took till the 7th round to get him.
Yeah, I don't know. This was somebody who should have gone earlier.
Yeah.
He's going to win a lot of races. 7th round value, big time.
Sarah Lowe, Southeast Storm, you are on the clock, and I know she already knows her pick. She's a set it and forget it. She knows what's going on.
There it is.
Here it is. Oh, huge pick. Huge
The
pick.
4th pick in the 7th round, the Southeast Storm Select, Allie Alton, Episcopal School of Jacksonville, Junior Women.
A hammer.
Absolutely, this is a strong kid.
137 and 711.
Yeah, another great pick. This is 3rd or 4th on the junior big board for the junior women. So another great value in the 7th round. I think we're about to see a run of juniors. I think we
you're
were
right.
keyed in on that. There's
Again,
a lot of free speed there.
I want to say earmuffs to Mike Wallen. $50 on the table, guys. Okay, it's there. You are on the clock. The Big South Outlaws, Chris Leonard. I'm excited to work with you on this. I want to rank the teams. I want to give them an A through F. I'm really excited about this one, and
Draft
here it
grades
is.
for sure. With the 5th pick in the 7th round, the Big South Outlaws select Karina Feitner, OKC High Performance Open Women.
Okay, Open Women, Karina. I'm having a hard time finding. Oh, Chris, you did not know this. She withdrew from injury. Please select another individual. I am sorry to tell you. This breaking news, it just happened within a couple hours, so you guys we didn't have a chance to give you an updated roster. You have another pick. Go ahead. I thought he was going to go a run on the juniors, but
Well, he's clearly he's going for an open stack. He's looking to just dominate that middle tier on both genders.
I mean, well, that's 8 points, right?
Yep.
And before we get to his pick, how does the point system work, Mike?
So you get a point for each athlete that wins a race. However, you get bonus points if they break an American record or a world record, which makes it that much more important to go for those big time names, because you can not only win your matchup, but you can essentially win 3 matchups with one player if they really crush out a workout.
Yeah, the pick just came in. Go ahead.
All right. With the 5th pick in the 7th round, Big South Outlaws select Travis O'Neill, Newport Aquatic Center Junior Men.
A 122 and a 622, a top 3. He's a top 3 player right now.
Fast kid, great pick. Back to the juniors. Maybe he shifted gears there.
7th round, Abby Young, Northeast Founders. You are on the clock. Let's see what you got.
These are the last 2 live picks for the Founders, back to back here.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Here it is.
With the 7th pick in the 7th round, the Northeast Founders select Caitlin Piscino, Chicago Rowing, Junior Women.
710, 139. Again, CRF. So
U17 Crash Beat champion here. She was a PRL athlete. She was a Big South Outlaw last year. Won a lot of races. Great pick. Really, really strong, and she's gonna put up some good numbers.
I'll be honest with you. I'm actually kind of blown away by the speed that's being picked up in these late rounds.
Yeah. I think people were chasing them in the Open and Masters a little bit, and I think we're getting some big points here.
Abby Young, your last pick, I know it's in here. This is the first pick of the 8th round and the last live pick that you'll see here on the draft.
With the first pick of the 8th round, the Northeast Founders select Chad Breslin, Capital Crew, Junior Men.
Let's see here, Chad. I gotta find Chad. Here it is, Chad Breslin, Capital Crew on the west side. Again, unknown 500, which, not surprised, 619. 619. Again,
Yeah.
translating to just speed. Just speed.
619, not knowing the size of this kid, I think it's a little bit risky, but Abby's built a really, really strong hold on the junior division. She's got a
Yeah.
lot of great juniors, men and women.
Absolutely, and a big shout out to CRF athletes on that one. Big South Outlaws, Chris Leonard, you are on the clock now to finish this up on your live draft. Who do you have here? And please do not choose somebody that has already been picked or is out by injury.
Injured reserve.
You should know this. You've been tracking this all gosh darn day. Where are we at? He's taking his time. I think he's scrambling now. He had such a good first 7 picks.
Yeah.
It's kind of difficult.
Okay.
It's kind of difficult.
Pick is in with the second round of the 7th round or 8th round. The Big South Outlaws select Morgan Stewart, Belmont Rowing Center, Open Women.
That is a fantastic pick. That is a fantastic pick. A 139 and a 718. Incredible speed. Sarah Lowe, you are in now. Your last pick. Oh, already in. Already in.
The third pick of the 8th round, the Southeast Storm select Sandra Scalfi, Atlanta Juniors, Junior Men.
Now you know quite a bit, right, about this guy. I'm having a hard time finding him.
Well, it's a hometown pick for Sarah, as Sandra's on the Atlanta Juniors. So I think she knows a lot more about him than all of us. And if she's picking him, I trust her judgment.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody. I actually cannot find his scores, so I apologize on that one. We're just going to move right on to John Healy of the Southwest Armada. A guy overseas, not knowing much about the Americans, he's doing a pretty darn good job right now on
He
this.
seems to know a lot about the internationals now. He's got a lot of that.
He does.
He's scooped up
I'm
almost
excited
all
to
of it.
have an international coach coaching our Americans. Maybe that's going to give them the edge. What do you think?
Could. I mean, I like that we've expanded the reach. We've got a lot of international
That's right.
athletes, and now we have an international coach.
Pick is in.
Okay. With the 4th pick in the 8th round, the Southwest Armada select Andrew Saska, Capital Men, Junior Men.
122 and a 627, the number 2 junior. And I'm surprised that this guy's so late in the rounds.
Well, the 2K is a little daunting. It's not blowing the doors off. But
No.
the 500 is pretty good.
Yeah.
So similar to some of the other athletes, I think this guy looks to be really good the shorter it gets, and maybe vulnerable as we get a little bit longer to that middle distance. But we'll see.
And now, last 2 picks live here. Rob Carson, Midwest
one,
Frozen
just one.
Tundra. Was it? No, we
no,
have
sorry.
him, and then
Yeah,
we have.
okay.
So you are on the clock here, Midwest Frozen Tundra. Here it is. Oh, man, a crowd favorite here.
This is a big pick. With the 5th pick in the 8th round, the Midwest Frozen Tundra select Derek Bailey, Garage Athlete, Open Men.
118 and a 621. A huge success story with him last year in all of our competitions, in fact.
This dude is strong. This is big value here, especially the shorter it gets. I mean, this guy can hit some seriously low splits.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, last live pick tonight, Micah Boyd in the Northwest Kodiaks. Who is your last pick on the live stream? Round 8, pick number 6. Who do you have? You are on the clock. He's bringing it in. He's sending it in.
Final live pick. And just a reminder, guys, we're doing the rest of the draft offline. So if you weren't picked live, that does not mean you're not on a team. Stay tuned for the full
There it
rosters
is.
tomorrow.
There it is.
Okay. And the last pick of the 8th round, the Northwest Kodiaks select Brooke Downs, OKC, Open Women.
703-2K, an absolute monster, open water rower. Now, what's great is she reached out to us 20 minutes before the live draft started and said, I want to be in this thing. And here she is.
I don't know how she's an 8th round pick. I don't know. Wow.
I almost feel like they forgot.
703 in the 8th round. 703 in the 8th round. Kodiaks might have jumped in front of the Outlaws with that pick.
Let's find out. Now,
We'll
we're
have
going
to
to...
dissect it, but
So here's the deal, everybody. Over the next about half hour behind the camera, off this live, we're going to be finishing up this draft. Now, again, as
many slots on the team, but stay tuned. A lot of you who didn't get called tonight will have your name on a roster tomorrow.
Now, over the coming weeks, this season doesn't start tomorrow, okay? This thing starts January 3rd, so we have 2 weeks for the coaches to get to know their athletes, to work together on strategies, and you're going to be seeing a lot of us here on Instagram, on YouTube, breaking down how well these coaches performed in the draft, and get to know some of the athletes on these teams. Now, if you have any questions or want to know more about the Premier Rowing League, you got to reach out to us, okay? It's www.rowerschoice.com, premierrowingleague.com, and you can also find us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Thanks for tuning in. Coaches are staying on because we're going to finish up